Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we are here to do a specific message for a specific group of people in the collective. So if you feel drawn in any sort of way to the title, to the thumbnail, if it pops up randomly, then it could be for you. Of course, just take what resonates. I did channel some specific messages here that we will go over. And then as usual, we'll go into the cards to dive a bit deeper into the message. So we'll set the intention that this reading will find exactly who it's meant for. And yeah, so let's get into the message here. So the first thing that I heard, there was quite a few things actually that came up, and I want to sort of wrap this together as we go along. But the first thing I heard was, is the door still open? But I want to return to that after I go over the other things, and we'll also clarify a bit of it in the cards because I'm not quite sure yet where that fits in. The next thing they showed me was you, the viewer, in your own kind of corner off on the side. And it was almost like you were surrounded by a lot of beautiful pink, soft energy. And I heard cleansed by the divine. And I think I'm going to put that in the title because I underlined it here. It feels to be the main part of the message, or what Spirit most wants to say in this reading is that for whoever is going to resonate with this, you have been cleansed by the divine, or there's something happening at this time. I'm seeing saran wrap being like unraveled from your aura, like almost like if you were tightly wound with saran wrap and you're being released from that. Which is interesting because that did also come up here, which is where I want to kind of see where this fits in here. But for some, there's like something that you've just untangled yourself from. There's some kind of very complicated dynamic, and this may not be for everyone. I feel this reading could resonate differently with different people. So if there's parts of it that resonate with you, that may be the case, and there could be other parts of it that don't resonate with you. But for some specifically, there could be someone that you are connected to in a soul connection, could possibly be an extension kind of the last reading for those of you on maybe the twin flame journey. But they showed me like a big twist in the middle, like a tangled wire. And I feel like this is where there's a separation in energy between a different, like a person connected to you in soul, or if you're in contact, take it where it applies, versus where your energy is. And that's why Spirit really wants you to know that there's something that you're very much deserving of on a higher level, on a more, they kept showing me like princess energy, so that could resonate with someone. It's something to do, especially if you're a divine feminine. You don't have to be, but there's something very much about like a glow up that you've been moving through. And I think they do want someone to know that you have elevated and cleansed your energy in your life dramatically, or you will be doing so. And there is some kind of reference here of like a tables turning situation. So it could even be that part of this tangle could be the switching up of energy in like a runner chaser dynamic. Again, it's a little bit like woven closely together here. I do feel some of you, this is something you're picking up on energetically by a person maybe who you're connected to or has been thinking about you. But there's a change of energy here, and they keep showing you to be separate from this person, or there's something energetically distant or separate about your energy. And I did also hear something like carry on or keep carrying on. And we'll go a little bit more into it now, but I feel like for a lot of you, this is either a message for someone to say that you deserve a lot more, or you are preparing to kind of elevate your life in a really big way. And possibly when it comes to love and partnerships, you may have disconnected from, or just energetically just sort of almost branched off into a higher timeline. And that could be part of what the tables turning reference could be. But if you want to apply it as like just a separate message, regardless of if there's any tangled web between you and a person, for the viewer, you have been cleansed by the divine, and there's a lot of this beautiful pink, softening, heart energy around you, and it feels like you are being prepared to really step into a very loving frequency and possibly to be treated by a partner or to some almost like attract in a partner that is either like a higher love or that you're ready for that kind of experience. And so maybe you have untangled yourself in any way that resonates with you if it's not a specific person. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. We'll go a bit more into it. I also was hearing the initial T. So that could be a confirmation for someone. Also an eagle I was seeing in my mind's eye. And actually when I shuffled this deck here, let me see if it's still here. No, it's actually not here anymore, but okay. Well, let's go into the cards and see a bit more to what Spirit wants to extend on here. Let's just tap in and see. So what's going on here with this message here, Spirit? What do the viewers need to hear? Yeah, they keep showing me this, they're showing me like a windstorm and like you're being swept up in the air and you're being like almost flown to somewhere different. Like the wind is taking you up and like placing you in a new timeline. But this feels more like an ascension that you've moved through. And they keep showing these like tangles and knots, whatever that is. So yeah, we have this wave here. So this has been coming out for the last couple weeks or so. It is timeless, so whenever you find it, but there's been a lot of very intense, heavy emotions. So if you've been feeling very heavy or even light as well, it could be either end of the spectrum here, but there's been a lot of intensity. And I feel like Spirit's saying the end of this or the tail end of it. So it's almost like the peak of the wave. So whenever you find this, it's like you are coming out of, and the Ten of Swords in reverse actually here. So whether it relates to a specific situation or if it's just something along your journey that you are arriving to kind of the peak or the culmination of that, but it's almost like the wave is crashing down now. So maybe it's been very intense, but now it's kind of like you're kind of like being swept up here now after this. We also have the butterfly and the firefly here at the bottom too, which is really beautiful because I think with this light here, that's very much of, I just heard poetry or poet for someone. So if you are a poet or if you're a writer, this could be maybe just a side note for you, or it could somehow be incorporated in the message about maybe something about your poetry, writing poetry, or being seen for that, or expressing that within yourself. It's like there's a releasing of emotion here too, but with the butterfly, with the two kind of insects and how they fly, it's like it's in the air too. There's something that's, yeah, I'm hearing removing yourself. So I don't know, however you've removed yourself, or this could be some guidance for others of you to remove yourself. I'm seeing somebody taking a bath and just being very secluded in their own. Remember, I was seeing that too, like you as the viewer kind of in your own corner. So maybe this is energetically, you've been kind of placed into your own sort of corner in a way to take care of yourself, or a spirit has been placing you over there to either remove you from a tangled situation temporarily or maybe permanently. But it feels like they keep showing this like large sum of abundance coming in. I'm seeing a bison in my mind's eye too, or a buffalo, or both. So there's something of like this surge of abundance that is getting ready to almost be like unleashed or unlocked. And there's also a lot of reference to the color yellow too. So this is like a lot about you here, which is why I kind of want to see what they mention with the reference of, is the door still open? So take that if that resonates. We'll see a bit more here, but maybe there's somebody who's wondering that. Or this is what you've closed out. I don't know why they keep wanting to really reiterate for someone to take a break or take a pause. So I don't know if you just need to hear that, or you feel like some of this is resonating, or you feel this peak of the wave. Maybe you have a decision to make, or maybe it's just something with the energy. They really want you to just like go off in your own corner, I keep getting. So whatever makes you feel like you're in a place of self-care right now, maybe even like self-expression, writing, just taking care of yourself. Because there's something definitely with this like glow up energy. It's like you've been cleansed by the divine. You've been moving through a glow up, especially if you are resonating with the divine feminine energy or polarity. You don't have to, but for a lot of you that does feel that way. And There's so many different messages coming up. I'm hearing everything will be revealed in time. So maybe some of this tangle you're picking up on, or these energies that are like sending ripples to you, possibly from this person or from a soul connection, or you're just feeling multiple people maybe. And there's something of Spirit wants you to know that everything will be revealed in time. March to the beat of your own drum, I'm hearing. Which is similar to the same energy here. We have the Two of Cups. Yeah, they keep showing that here with this, like, something with this pink energy and the princess energy. There's something with the partnership with the Two of Cups. We have the Seven of Wands here. I'm hearing that again. Everything will be revealed in time. Ten of Wands reversed. Yeah, Spirit keeps repeating. Stay in your own corner. Six of Cups reversed. We do have the Emperor here at the bottom. Let me grab some of these cards over here too to see if we can get a little bit more into this, because it feels like there's something big here. The World, the Three of Swords, but I'm trying to see where this connects. Because they keep showing, they're showing me like somebody unraveling like a wrapper, and something is slowly unraveling here. I just don't know what that is. I get the sense intuitively that it is about a relationship for a lot of you, but I feel like there's different groups. For some, it's going to be about a specific relationship or connection that you've been feeling with somebody. And that would be especially true if you've already been picking this up, if you've been picking up on some kind of incoming wave of energy, or if you've been picking up on somebody maybe wondering if the door is open with you. That's for one group of you. And what you need to know is that you have indeed kind of shifted into this glow up energy, or this like Empress, divine feminine energy. And there's something that will be revealed. You're correct on what you're picking up on. It's going to be like a slow unravel. For others of you, though, this is more about your own journey to meeting a new person, or to kind of attracting in a soul connection or soulmate connection here, something with this Two of Cups. I'm going to actually put the light on because the rain is coming in. It's getting a bit dark. So one second. So maybe that's a sign too, like the light will come on at the right time. And when I just shuffled these two, we do have, yeah, so this makes sense. This is exactly what it says here too. Slow down, disconnect. We have the Lion, which can be this Emperor here too. And we have a coffee cup. So there's something here with this Two of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to pull a little bit more here to see any other general things Spirit wants to say about this. And then I'll kind of see if we can look into specifically what that is over there with the Tangled situation, or what we need to know here. Okay, is there anything else, Spirit, that you want to say here to the viewers? Yeah, they keep repeating the same thing. Keep your head up. So I don't know. Keep your head up about what, though? There's something. Keep your head up. Starting over. Yeah, so I think Spirit just wants to almost leave it like this, because I keep hearing everything in time, healing wounds. So this will make sense, I guess, for whoever it's supposed to make sense for. You've been feeling this like healing or starting over, like you've turned over a new leaf, or you feel this like switch in the energy, or you will soon feel that. And there's almost like a comforting feeling of like, just because it's not moving in super quickly doesn't mean that it's not coming in. Or just because you're feeling something but you're not seeing evidence of it doesn't mean that it's not coming in. We have dreams, and yeah, again, we have independence. There's a lot of this focus. They actually want me to like put it over here, because there's something about this. Maybe some of you have a black cat as like a guardian or a familiar. There's something here that's very guarded about that. So a lot of you need to really focus on this like independence. I'm hearing don't let the world swallow you up, or don't let the energy swallow you up. So I think that you've been feeling maybe this intensity, and it's like maybe some of you can't really pinpoint where it's coming from, or maybe you can, but with the Three of Swords here and the World, you've either marked or you've either closed out a very significant chapter, which is now initiating you into a new starting over of that same cycle, if that's open or if that's a possibility, or it's going to be personal to you of how that looks like. But you've definitely crossed some kind of line almost. It's like you've broken through the barrier, like the sound barrier, something like that. Like there's like a feeling of that here. As they were saying, they want me to mention, you've been cleansed by the divine. And they really do want someone to trust your intuition right now. And there's almost like this silent footsteps feeling, or like silent little droplets of you can trust the waves of intuition of what you're feeling. And I think for everyone, it's going to be your own personal journey of what your intuition has been telling you, because it feels like it is about love for the most part, or it's about what you've been kind of like predicting about your love life in a way. Whatever personally that you feel those ripples of intuition about is what it's resonating with for you. And so that's, I think, another reason that they want me to put that card there, because this is like a reading to confirm everyone's own individual intuition about your specific situation. Because it feels like a very positive energy. We do have invasive here, which is kind of those tangles again. Blackberry. Okay, we have St. John's wort, dispirited. And we have cinnamon, reignite. So let me look and see if what does the viewer need to know about? What is this tangled energy about? Because I don't even know if they really want to focus on it, but I do want to see if anything wants to come up about that. So what is this? Is the door still open? Tangled? Because I was kind of getting like a stillness around that when I would pick that up. So it could be somebody who's been like in a very different energy than you possibly. And again, this part won't resonate, I think, for everyone, but if you have been feeling that, there could be someone who's been wondering that if the door is still open, but they've been in a very still energy. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. What is this message, Spirit? Is the door still open? What is that about? The Hanged Man reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, we have this overthinking card at the bottom as well. So it's kind of that energy I'm getting of somebody who's, and the way this person's standing there as well. Is the door still open? Perspective. Tempted. Suffering. Wow, that's a stormy energy coming in here. I don't know if you heard the thunder. Unsent. So there could be something about this storm here. Maybe, let's see. This energy feels a bit stuck when I'm tapping into this one specifically. So I don't know if maybe it's not ready to come through. Yeah, they're showing me an hourglass. So maybe this is something that's not ready to be revealed yet, or it's something that is a part of whatever this could be in the future maybe, but it's something that's like, it's, I don't know, there's like a stillness here with this. We have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, I really get the sense that it's probably a person here who has been maybe wanting to send something to you with the unsent, but their energy does feel like they need maybe some time to process something, or they've been really in this overthinking energy. And that could just reference, or that could just show you the disconnect here, or not the disconnect, but like the separation of energy between where you are and what Spirit was talking about for you versus this other person over here. I keep seeing somebody look at their watch a lot. So I don't know if somebody does that, but it's like looking at their watch and then looking away again and then looking at the watch. So I don't know what this is. Something about waiting for something, waiting for the timing to reveal something, or maybe you've been waiting for something. They're showing me like a sphere that you're in, like a bubble, and this person can't reach you. Yeah, something with the storm feels significant too, but it's like they can't reach you. And so I feel like that's what this is here. In some sort of way, I think there's almost like some kind of timeline shift here. And I think this did come up in a reading recently. Like maybe this is someone that does see you as someone who's irreplaceable here, but you're protected either from them. I don't know if it's like permanently or if this is part of the plan here, but Spirit keeps saying it's going to be revealed. So maybe they don't want you to overanalyze it here. But I do think there's somebody in your energy, for those of you who resonate with that part, who feels like they can't kind of get to because you have either shielded yourself away from them, whether intentionally or not, or Spirit, the divine, has cleansed you in that way to either take you away from this temporarily or maybe permanently. It feels like there's, I really do feel like this is somebody who's, wow. I feel like this is somebody here who, the storm is kind of distracting me. Six of Swords reverse. I feel like this is somebody who most likely is not on the same level as you, and that could either be because this is someone who's been reaching for your energy after a while of not being in your life, because I perceive some kind of like far distance here between whoever this is. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video for a moment. Okay, so I had to pause the video for a bit there. The storm got really intense and I couldn't really focus on channeling or the messages, and my dog gets really upset, but I did take some time during the storm here to kind of tap into what it meant and why it was coming through, and tap in a bit deeper to this energy over here that we were picking up on. So when I asked Spirit why, because it felt like it wasn't a coincidence that this huge storm came through, and like the intensity of all of this with this wave and all of this here. And so when I asked Spirit what the reason for the storm and what the meaning of it is, we did have this card here, pay attention to the signs, which is what this is here with the signs. And then I heard the words liminal spaces, and I heard attention, getting your attention. And then I also heard they have to be the ones to come forward. So this is going to be very specific. As I said a few times, this part over here won't be for everyone, but there is definitely a person here. And I did pull also just a few of these message cards to get a bit into their energy, because it did feel a bit hard to crack open. And ironically, we have the lightning here, the 7 of lightning from this deck that I intuitively chose today without knowing that there was going to be a lightning storm. And then we also have, or a thunderstorm, I should say, I will wait for a sign from you. I look for you everywhere. We both know I'm not the one for you. I don't want to let you go. And do I still have a chance? Which is what I was picking up on. And this is here as well, Queen vibes, which is about you. So what I was kind of getting with this person here is that this is definitely a person who, to be honest, it's kind of like they have a lot of things to explain, I'm hearing. So I don't know if this is someone from like your far past or somebody recently, but it's definitely someone who's struggling with like their self-confidence, and they're also struggling with having to come forward to say something to you, but you are connecting, as they mentioned, in some kind of like liminal spaces, or that's what I'm saying. It's a little bit of an interesting message here, because as they showed you to be in this like protected sphere or bubble, whenever I had to pause the video, something came up about that, about how you're kind of in like two separate sort of energies, or like if you could picture like them in their own bubble and you over here in your own bubble, and they don't kind of collide, or they can't collide, but yet there's this feeling that this person has a lot of things that they have to say to you or explain to you or get off their chest. But when I was kind of shuffling around here, I do feel like this person's maybe not in the best energy. And this is where a big part of the reading came up in the beginning for you, to say that a lot of you have elevated yourself, your life. You've been maybe, especially I do think for most, this is you being a divine feminine here. And so it's like there's something about this queen energy that you've stepped into, which has either pulled this person, reeled them back in to your energy, or it's just it's just something that you've done on your own here. But this is somebody who feels like, and I will do an extended here because I feel there is a lot more to go into. But since I know that this part here won't be for everyone, I'm going to kind of split the extended into two separate things. I will look a bit more into this person and what you need to understand about them here, because for some, there's a little bit of like a warning, but at the same time, there's not. So I kind of want to see what comes up with that. So I will do a bit of scrying actually with the scrying ball and just look into their energy a bit more, to what it is that you need to know about them. And then for the other second half of the reading, I'm just going to focus more on like what you need to know for your own self empowerment right now, whether it's about love or just general, because I think some of you are ready, or you want to hear messages about yourself right now as well. So we're just going to kind of do that and see what spirit wants you to know in these kind of two spheres of energy, is how it seems like here. But yeah, if you also, I was hearing the crystal Mookite jasper. I don't know anything about it, but I was hearing that. So maybe the meaning of that crystal is significant for someone, or you may want to have one of those. I don't know anything about it, but I heard that. But yeah, there's a lot of signs here that maybe you've been getting your attention in the liminal spaces. So maybe it's dreams, maybe it's things like this, like weird synchronicities, or it just feels like something is brewing, but it's like a lot of this is coming through like energetically. Even if this is somebody who's aware of this as well, there's just something about it that feels like it's almost like it's crawling in like the back tunnel or something, or like a crawl space. I don't know. It's just a strange energy here, but let's just close the reading off by getting one animal card for you. And then we will go over to the extended, and we'll split the extended into two sections there for the extended. What is the final message here for the viewer of this reading that they need to know? I'm hearing, don't be afraid to be different. We have the tarantula and we have the turtle. Yeah, something about your unique flair. So again, this could be a totally separate message, not even connected over here, or it could overlap, but something about don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to have your own unique flair about you, whether it's the work that you do. I was hearing poetry for someone earlier. I know that's specific, but there's just something that you're reigniting within yourself, which has a lot to do with like being very uniquely yourself, being very bold, being just not in every category of life, you know, love, and also just your own self. And if that means that you have to distance yourself or put some energetic space and boundaries and protection from you and these, you know, fire ants, things that are maybe tugging at you. There's a lot of things that are like crowding into your energy field, or have been trying to, but it does feel like you've separated yourself in some kind of way. I'm getting something about like a dance, ecstatic dance, I think it's called, or something of like just dancing wildly. I don't know why that's coming up. So there could be something that some of you may benefit from that, or it could really help to release a lot of energy. There's something very much about your glow that is attracting with the cinnamon here too. It's like there's something magnetic and almost like spicy and attractive about you, and there's something that you're attracting a lot of things in. So I'll get one final card from here, and then we'll leave it. One final message for the viewers. What can they take with them moving forward? Because Spirit was saying earlier to keep carrying forward. So even if you are feeling the ripples of this energy, there's a strong message the way she's looking forward here too, to really keep looking forward regardless of what you're feeling. And as they said a few times, everything will be revealed in divine time. So it feels right now very much of an unknown like route here, or an unknown pathway up ahead. This could go so many different kind of pathways or ways, but it feels like there's something that's definitely going to be shifting in your love life with the Two of Cups here in the way that's going to be in your highest good. And that seems to be what Spirit's leading you to. So it's almost like maybe there's a cutoff point in some sort of way, or again, like a timeline disconnect between someone that maybe wasn't that person or hasn't been able to be that person. And that's kind of where it's like an open unknown right now. The last message here is no one's journey is easy. Don't compare yourself. So take that, what that will resonate with you. But I will go over now to the extended. So as I mentioned, we'll split it into two, and the links will be down below if you'd like to purchase the individual extended over on Gumroad, or if you'd like to join over on our Patreon community for access to all of the extended readings, as well as exclusive pick a card readings every week. I will also have that down below. And if you did enjoy the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I'll talk to you all in the next reading or in the extended. Take care and lots of love.